Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lives all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got...
Welcome in. We are back this week. And of course, we are back with our lovely house therapist. So y'all already know it's about to be set off.
Hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing well. It feels funny being here on what is this, the second Friday of I feel like
Friday.
It's the first Friday, but this is the second Friday of the month. Oh my goodness, yeah.
I know it do feel a little weird. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I was like, wait, what's this week?
Okay, girl, but nevertheless, I am here. I hope y'all are doing well, and I thank y'all for the opportunity to talk about this topic. You know, I put a little reel out there, and I got a lot of feedback. I'm like, I hope y'all watching. Y'all gave some good feedback.
Yes. And we got stranger danger in the building. Mr. Been absent for some weeks. DA is back with us.
What up? What's going on? What's y'all? How y'all feeling?
Yeah, all right. Glad it's Friday. Yeah, glad it's Friday.
Yeah, man. Shit. It's just another day. That's what it feels like.
It's Friday.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't get paid, so I can't sing that song.
I know. I thought that's what she was finna start singing to us.
Yeah. Just got paid now.
I was doing back and forth to Leah.
Oh, there you go.
For Friday?
It's Friday, and I'm ready to swing and pick up my girls.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay, I get it.
Use a little slow on that one. You know, you be a little slow with the music. That's all right.
In this car jamming to something totally different.
Okay. I wish it was a good payday.
I was looking at y'all like.
Look, you had that Grey Poupon look.
Yeah. No, I had that old white lady look rolling up the window.
Look at these Negroes over here. Yeah. That's what I tell you. Well, so welcome back. If you have not, please like, share, and subscribe if you are on the YouTube so you can get the notifications when we are on. Like on the Facebook page, and you will get the notification as well when we are on. But we are back and we are ready to get kicked off. If you have any questions or any input, the comment section is there for you to do so. Even if you just want to say hello, so it's there for you. So we're going to kick off today's episode. The topic is relationship manipulation. Woo! This came up this week after some people's relationships was kind of going through a little something. I didn't say mine before somebody get in their head and be like, ooh, TK on her podcast talking about her relationship. I said other people. Just plant it. I didn't say mine. Thank you very much. Because I know how us folks, skin folk, like to take something and hit that relay with it, that 100 meter. That ain't what I said. For clarification purposes, I have clarified where this came from. So, yes, relationship manipulation. A lot of people do not know that this is actually a thing. And what comes together with this thing, there's some ingredients like making a cake that goes into this thing of manipulation in a relationship. So, of course, like I said, we have our trusty in-house therapist, and we finna get this party started.
All right, well,
What
cool.
you got, ma'am?
All right, so basically, when we look at relationship manipulation, that can go across any and every relationship. We might see it more prevalent in romantic relationships, but if y'all got family, you really see it every day.
Ooh.
You can put it like that. You can, yeah, especially you can. Other people be like, child, we ain't seen each other about 20, 30 years. We gotta stay there because family and deal with it. That's your mama. You need to be over. That's your grandma. You need to be over there. Okay. So basically, is the manipulation is basically trying to control our emotions. It's a form of psychological influence where one person try to controls another person's emotions, thoughts, behaviors. They try to exploit them. They may use harmful tactics. The reason is to gain power, to maybe even avoid responsibility, or them just to meet their own needs. I need you to be here, so I'm gonna manipulate this situation as much as I can. I want you to remain focused on me and nobody else. So I'm sick. This one's sick. My cousin's sick. Oh, I'm hurting, or I'm feeling like whatever kind of thing just to get attention. Oh, don't you can't not come to the family cookout. Who gonna barbecue? Oh, give your granny a chance, or whatever the case may be. People will try to do stuff, manipulate you for their own gain, personal gain, or to control you. A lot of it is controlling, and it doesn't have to. When we look at manipulation, we look at this type of occurrence. It doesn't have to be abusive, but it can be. It can be. It can lead to domestic violence or intimate partner violence because typically that's where this control starts off. Nobody ever liked me, and I'm glad that you're here. Then the person might go off or do something crazy, maybe hit you, maybe do something. And I'm so sorry. It's just because I've never been loved like this. I really don't know how to. And then you get hooked. Oh, okay. Instead of them taking accountability, they gave me all these reasons why their behavior was such. And so I stay and I try to do whatever I can to make it better. Maybe it was my fault. I didn't realize the person I was dealing with. And so let me keep trying to make it up to them. And then we find ourselves caught up in an emotional tangled web of hell, which it can be. I don't know if you want me to go there, but there's some different there are types of manipulation that occur.
I got a question.
Yes.
I got a question. Is the manipulation intentional or unintentional?
More than likely, it's intentional. I'd say people know what they're doing. Everybody knows what they're doing. All the people.
The reason why I asked that is because you use an example of talking about the mama, and sometimes like you see on those TV shows where the mama is real clingy to their son. She doesn't realize what she's doing, but everybody else sees it. She thinks she's just being a protective mother, but everybody like, nah, you need to let him grow. You need to let him go. Like, you need to let that son grow up. And so she end up like putting shit in here, just talking to him, and then he ends up doing something. You know how they do it on the Lifetime specials.
That's what you've been watching. You telling yourself?
Yeah, Lifetime and the recently they've been doing it on BET. They've been having that type of stuff. BET and what's the other one? TV One.
Mm-hmm.
They be having them on Sundays.
I think that perhaps the mother is not sitting there contemplating and using the term emotional manipulation when she takes action. Nevertheless, her actions are to gain control. So she knows what she's doing. She may not be able to define it and may not, sit there and say, well, I'm gonna do this. But the outcome is that I want my child to do X, Y, Z. And so I'm going to do and say these things because I know it's going to keep them close to me. So they may not know the terms, but the actions They may not even, I don't know. They may not see it as I'm going to manipulate him. They may just see it, I'm going to say these things because I want what I want. I want what I want from my child. I don't want him to marry this girl. So I'm going to say, you see it on movies all the time. The parent don't like the person they married. They go find the ex from 30 years ago.
Yep.
Hey, look at this one.
The one that got away.
Yeah.
They's a bum. You know, I've had my own stuff. My mother does not like the fact that I'm part of the LGBT community. And I remember when I was a teenager and she kind of discovered some things. If I wanted any boy to come spend the night at the house, they damn sure could. Wasn't nothing gonna happen. But she allowed that because she didn't want them girls being present. So hey, that's one, that's one right there. For me, for whatever I've experienced. But a lot of times people will say things, they will do things in order to get control of the situation. Because that's the common goal, is they want control of a person. How they want it. Do they want financial gain from them? They can manipulate to do that. Do they want sympathy? A lot of people, even you get some of your coworkers every day. Oh Lord, this didn't happen. That happened. So now they the center of attention. Everybody, oh, poor such and such, this and that. Or we put on social media. Sometimes when I'm downtrodden, I'm gonna post some stuff. I think some people know that really be real, and I be thinking they don't know it's really real. But I put some stuff out there because sometimes I might want a little attention. I feel away, and so I need some. Oh, heart me, it's okay, woo, kind of thing. So I think we all have the capabilities of it. It's just how you're using it, and to be aware, because sometimes we can be such a good-hearted person that we don't see that manipulation. And we end up being in situations and doing things that once it comes to light, we would not do it.
Do we not see it, or are we ignoring it?
I think that everybody wants to be wanted. I think everybody wants to be appreciated.
We see it. I think we ignore it.
I may see somebody who wants my attention, and I need attention. I may not see it as such a bad thing until the bad stuff start happening. But the fact that I want attention, I don't know how bad that is to want attention and to get attention from somebody. It's the other stuff. It's the reason why we doing this. You want all of my attention because you don't want me to talk to anybody else because you feel insecure.
Yeah, folks used to do that shit all the time. Like, that's like, what's the shit? Girl, he ugly, but he ain't ugly. Stay you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Boy, hey man, she ain't a looker, but you know what I'm saying? Look at that thing right now, you know what I'm saying? So you still getting the same attention. Like, don't act like y'all ain't did that shit. Stop.
I was just gonna say you didn't did that, huh?
Don't act like y'all ain't never did that. Talk about he ugly, but he ain't ugly.
Baby, if he is ugly, I'm gonna be like Miss Celia on Color Purple.
I don't know what I don't know what ugly, but ugly like ugly is just you know what ugly is. This is the circle to say ugly, and you in the middle are either belly tippy. You know what ugly is. Y'all don't seen some ugly people, and that's when y'all like, ooh, bless his heart. Oh, the or the one that the face only a mother could love. Yeah. What's the phrase they call? How they said? They rephrase ugly. You gotta love yourself. Yeah, that's one of them.
Well, I don't know who they talking to and what are they trying to gain. Are they trying to? I don't know. What would be the purpose of that one? Are you trying to?
I don't know.
Like, let your friends know, like, oh, he might not be everything I want, but I'll take what he got.
Yeah, see, that's it. They want that attention, the attention.
Yeah, attention to mess you up. Attention can truly mess you up. Yeah, so with that,
so I have a question.
Okay.
What do you think now is the most popular form of manipulation in relationships?
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna
I
see if
know.
you
Well,
say it.
it's two. It's two. It's two of them.
Okay.
I think. Like, cause I hear all the time. It's gaslighting and playing the victim.
Gaslighting definitely number one.
Mm-hmm. And playing the victim.
Definitely number one.
Oh, and then you got love bombing
Yeah.
too. I forgot about that one.
You got a list of them.
Yeah, I
You,
forgot about
you
that.
got a bunch of them.
Hey, but have y'all heard the story of how the term gaslighting, where it came from?
No. Do
Tell me
tell.
about it.
Man, so check this out. I didn't know this. This is before we even got the topic. I was watching something on was it TLC? Anyway, and they were talking about relationships and stuff like that. And it basically comes from, it was back in the 1800s or something, where this guy would use the stove, right? He'll use the stove, and his wife see him using the stove. What he'll do, because he was trying to get rid of his wife, he'll turn down the gas. I'm dead. I'm so serious. Look it up. He'll turn down the gas, so every time she used it, it didn't have the same power. And so she be like, "Hey, what's up with the gas?" He's like, "Oh, you tripping? I don't know what's wrong with you. You tripping?" So it went on for months until she finally had a psychotic break, and they had to commit her, and she ended up going to the I don't want to say the crazy house, but she ended up going to the asylum because of what he was doing. And all he was trying to do was get rid of her. And that's where the term gaslighting came from. I was like, hell no.
That's messed up.
And that's deep. And that's awful.
Yeah, and I thought they were lying, so I Googled it. Sure enough.
That's some real frick stuff.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's cold-blooded.
That is past cold-blooded.
That's cold, buddy. Diesel.
But the reality of it is they may not be using the gas like that, but they're doing things. You know, they're doing things to make a person think that, well, maybe it's me. You know, that's some pure narcissistic BS where they'll do something. And then if I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're going to make it seem like I'm just tripping. Like you didn't do anything. Yeah. It's just me. What do you mean? I mean, this is what we do. What you talking about? And a person can lose their damn mind when you're dealing with some people with stuff like that. You know, It makes it seem like, well, this person is perfect. Maybe I'm just complaining. Then you start researching your own stuff. Well, maybe it's because of the trauma I had as a child. Now people know how to play on you.
Oh yeah,
people truly do know how to play on you. And I don't, you know. Why do people do that? That's the biggest thing for me. Why do people do that? Why do they emotionally manipulate? Why do people manipulate in relationships? It could be for various reasons, but typically with that type of stuff in relationships, when it can turn into something that is violent or controlling or abusive, they've experienced some trauma themselves that are unhealed, and that is like a personality disorder where I got to gain control of this person or this situation to protect myself. They are really afraid to get hurt, and they can become horrible people that would do anything to protect themselves from that. You know, and so that's what we have to look out for. Yeah, maybe if I don't know, I don't want you to go out and you want to go out. And so I might be like, hey, I'm cooking your favorite dinner. Okay, that's a little safe. Nevertheless, it's still manipulation. But if I'm gaslighting you, making you question what you seen or what you do, you ain't seen nothing. Ain't nothing happening here. What you mean? And it's like, well, damn, did I not see nothing? Was I drinking? I don't understand what's going on. You know, that point, I think as far as any form of abuse, I think that's the most dangerous one, because like you say, you don't really see it coming. You want attention, you want somebody in your life, you feel like, well, maybe I am too hard on them, maybe I am doing too much, and that situation can turn volatile. You know, people get lost in it. The physical one, yeah, you can see the bruises That don't make it anyone either better or worse, but I think the one that people don't really see is how emotionally they get entangled into someone's web when they're trying to deceive them. So yeah, you got gaslighting, you got guilt tripping, making a person.
He said love bombing.
Love bombing. You have people that, oh, I love you, and it's everything, and they give you any and everything that you want, and then they're gonna talk shit on you the next day. What you mean? And then we're human. We want to feel the love, so we stay in those situations at time looking for the love. And they'll light you up again. They'll okay, I love you. Here's a whatever. Let me help you with this. Let me do this for you. And then they'll tell you something insulting. And so that hot and cold is very confusing. That's conflicting. One minute I feel so good because you're doing all these nice things for me. The next minute I feel horrible because you treat me like shit, but I don't know, did I do something? And then we started to take ownership to that. Did I do something to make them do that? Because they were really, really nice, and they brought me flowers and candies and all this other good stuff, and they paid the cell phone bill, girl. Okay, they done did all this stuff, but then they want to talk about me. I'm a horrible mother, whatever, my house dirty. I don't know, whatever the stuff that people say to folks to try to make them feel bad.
I've seen it where people.
I've that TK.
I've seen it where people, they'll, how can I say it? It's basically they'll make you feel bad for treating them good. You know what I mean? Because they're not used to it, and then they were like, well, this is, or you may not treat them. You may treat them different from their past, and they're like, well, my ex used to do X, Y, Z. My such and such used to do this, and this. And you just be like, they're X for a reason, though. That
part. People are used to trauma. People are used, and that's all. It's I don't know. I don't want to say crazy. I'll say it's odd as it is because no one wants trauma. No one wants to feel bad. No one wants to have, this stuff going on. But when you get a new relationship and the person is giving you the opposite of what you had, a lot of people are not ready to receive it. They don't know how to receive it.
And they used to. Amen.
It was something I was watching where someone was saying that they thought a love language was getting beat. And I think they saw their parent, maybe the mother and father, beating, and they thought, if you don't beat me, you don't love me.
I've seen that.
And like I've said before, we adults model stuff to these kids. They may not be intentionally thinking that or trying to. Kids watch that stuff. We watch that stuff. Any parental figure, any adult figure in our lives, TV, social media, we watch it and we think that's what love is supposed to be. And so when you date somebody that's not doing any of that, they think they're boring. Oh, he's boring. Well, what does he do? He just goes to work, come home, and give me his money. Girl.
That's where that whole bad boy image came. Oh, I need me a bad boy. He whooping your ass.
He whooping your ass, and he slept with your friends.
Yeah, that's just how he show love.
Girl, child, come to therapy. come talk to me on the couch. And honestly, I'm joking, but I think that's why we have this carousel, because you have people. The person who would be the victim has had trauma. The person who would be the predator, whatever, has had trauma. And I think it all boils down to all parties involved doing the work to heal those situations. Not to say that, you're never totally healed, but not to say a person who has been working on themselves and healing could not be manipulated, or the manipulation would start. Hopefully, they would recognize it quickly. We're human. We want to feel good. If I'm dating somebody and, I'm getting all this here and it's like, okay, this is different than what I had before. All right. And then here's some manipulation show up and it's like, wait a minute, what? Okay, I'm going to go with it for a little bit. But then if it continues, you're able to recognize it And the healed version of yourself will be able to walk away from that. To be able to say, you know what, nah, I see through this. Let me take some steps back. The unhealed version, keep on going. Red flags. Let me just put them in my purse, girl, because I don't know. Because, you know, I've been single for a while. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Let me put that other red flag in my purse, girl. I don't know what's going on. Let me just put these red flags up because I don't know, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, people will love bomb. People will guilt trip. You know, I wouldn't plan. I'm not bashing my mama, but baby, them old ladies got a way of guilt tripping you. And that ain't just, I had ladies at church. I ain't gonna be on the whatever committee. Oh, well, we need you to be on the committee. Ain't nobody else gonna count the money like you. Oh, you honest and we trust you, kind of thing. It's like,
is that guilt tripping or telling the truth? Like,
well, if I say I don't want to do it and you trying to butter me up, now I feel guilty because I said I didn't want to do it.
No, but they might be like, hey, you got a master's degree, we got a 3rd grade education, we can't count past 10.
True. But no, my no should be no. My boundary should be that. I got.
Now, I would say if they say they were like, well, we let sister Mabel do it, and she took about 30-35 years.
Gotta have okay.
Yeah, then I'll be like, all right, yeah, now you trying to butter this up.
True, you'll have stuff like that. You know, when a person set boundaries, it should be what it is. If I say we ain't doing this, then that's, or I don't want to do this and I'm not going to do XYZ, that's what it should be. Whether you like it or not, the fact that you would try to make me do something that I've already said I'm not going to do shows that manipulation. You know, that shows some guilt tripping. Oftentimes those of us who have experienced childhood trauma, we are people pleasers. I should get a shirt that says former people pleaser.
I was just going to say former. I need mine.
Former people pleaser. I have been working on that. And in that, when we set boundaries, we do feel guilty for even taking, I might be dead tired. I done worked at school. I done worked in my practice. I done did outreach. I'm speaking at this, that, and that. And I want a weekend where I do absolutely nothing. I'm turning off my phone. I'm turning off Facebook, all that stuff. Leave me alone. Somebody needs something done. No. Oh, well, you know, they may even give you a negative response when you say no. Or they might give you a sad response or something when you say no. Then you might feel guilty. Like, God damn it. Okay, well, maybe Friday I can do it. And I got Saturday and Sunday I can rest. Or what? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, if a person set boundaries, if a person is trying to do something for themselves and don't want to do something that they've always done, and today is the day that I don't want to do it, then I should be able to say no. My no should be no. Okay. And it should be respected as that. But when people want what they want, and you got folks that don't care about what you want is what I want, then they'll make you feel guilty. They can guilt trip you in some kind of way. You know, the silent treatment. I think that's where you and I met up in the DMs. Baby, we be cutting up in the DMs.
We cut up in the DMs. I'm guilty of that one. I've done the silent treatment before, and I know it was something I read on IG that said that is a form of abuse to the partner, especially if you're doing it to your partner. And I felt like this big. I said, "Oh shit!"
Especially if your partner is a communicator.
That exactly, and they're used to hearing your voice and that kind of thing. That's that connection to communicate during the day. Man, that messed me up. I felt little. I was like, ooh.
But is it really like? Because like sometimes never mind. I'm about to answer my own question.
What was about to be your question?
Somebody else might have your same question. Is it really a manipulation? Maybe it's just like you just occupied, but it's with the intent to not
communicate.
Yeah. So that means you like, oh, they done did something or said something that pissed you off. Like, I ain't talking to that motherfucker no more. Yeah.
Baby, I grew up with that
Yep.
silent treatment.
That was me. I was like, nope. That phone ring.
Yeah, you look at it.
Nope. Because I'm mad.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't want to talk to you today. I'm gonna talk to you when I want to talk to you. And today ain't the day. Guilty.
And maybe just hear me out. Hear me out before y'all jump on me. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe that's something that you learn about yourself, that when you in that mood, mode, or that space, that you might be reckless. Your words might be reckless. And so you are putting that up as a barrier, a protector for both of y'all, because you don't want to. Because once you say it, you can't take it back. So you don't want to say something that you're gonna regret. So
okay, so question. But how long is that? How long before you feel that is now an issue? Is it 24 hours? Or what happens if this goes 3 or 4 days?
And here's that fine line. Again, this is just me talking. Here's that fine line. I ain't even gonna say it's a fine line. It's a line. So if you do that because you understand how you're gonna respond, that's not manipulating. Now, if you do that knowing that person, well, knowing that you're cool, like ain't nothing wrong, you in that space where you can talk to them, but they did something that you didn't like, or they gave you a no to something that you wanted, and so you're like, fine, I'm not gonna talk to you. Now that's manipulation, because now you're trying to use that silence to get what you want, versus using that silence in the beginning because you don't want to pop off and say something crazy.
That line.
So that's why I say it's a fine line, and that's where you got to, on that part, you have to know yourself, because again, you could be doing that to protect the relationship, because you don't want to say something and then you're like, shit, I shouldn't have said that. Versus, hey, I want to go to Fogo de Chao, whatever that shit called. Nah, we're gonna go to such and such. Okay, fine, bye. Click.
You say you're going to McDonald's.
I ain't gonna take you to McDonald's. You get the bubble guts.
Wendy's. Well, you got two different things going on. You have a person that's intentionally not talking to you, withholding love and affection or even sex from you because they're mad, and they want to punish you because they're upset.
Yeah.
Now you have people, when you do have a conflict, one person may shut down and need time to process.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. And you may have a person that know you gonna get cussed out. I need to walk away from this situation.
Yeah.
That's okay. But you need to communicate that there's a time when everybody at peace.
Yeah.
And you need to talk and say, hey, whenever I get heated, I'm gonna walk away, because I might start cussing and saying stuff, and I need to process what's going on. Because of my trauma, when we get in an argument, I shut down and I need time to process. Because as a little person with anxiety who likes to talk and who has had a parent that does the silent treatment, that drives us insane. You don't want to talk to me. My mind goes 100 miles an hour. My anxiety goes to 20,000. I'm upset. I'm anxious. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I said. I don't know what's going to happen. And that is pure D hell.
So let's unpack that. Where did it come from?
My mama.
So, okay.
I said a parent. My mama.
No, I understand your mama does it to you, but for your anxiety to kick in when it happens. Because I guarantee she ain't the only one that did it.
Yeah, not really. But what happens is you having the trigger, the unknown. What has happened? Did I make you upset? And then as a person with anxiety, you start catastrophizing. Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Then you start trying to predict the future. Well, I did say this, but why they gonna be mad at me because they said that before? But if I said this, like, I don't know what made you not talk to me. And so my imagination runs wild my anxiety heightens because I don't know what I did wrong. You're not telling me. You're not communicating that with me. All I know is if we had thus and so conversation, and then you go just like ghosting, child, them goddamn ghosts. Call the Ghostbusters because I hate the ghosting people. I hate that ghosting shit. Yeah, Lord, forgive my language. I hate that. I hate being ghosted because it's the same thing. It's a silent treatment. You're talking to somebody, y'all good. Next thing you know, they gone. Well, damn, what happened? Did I do something? Did I say something? Was it something? I don't know. And so it makes you very anxious in relationships. If you have a disagreement, an argument, or whatever the case may be, you typically have a person who likes to talk. That's me. And you have a person who likes to process. They always date each other. They do. They come through the office and get it. And I think for a healthier response, because both people can be them, but a healthier remedy to that is to be able to understand my partner is having a fit because I'm not talking. Nevertheless, my partner needs to not talk to process so they don't cuss me out and say some junk that they don't mean. And so it's a way of having like a healthy things that you could do. As a little person with anxiety, I can write everything I want to say until they're ready to talk. I know I'm having anxiety, so I need to go to the gym. If I could go to the gym, I probably need to clean up. If I need to clean up, I need to do something to occupy my mind. But if I know my partner is going to talk to me, it's just a matter of giving them that space and time so they can get it together, then it's helpful. Nevertheless, anxiety still gonna show up a little bit, but I know we just had this disagreement. I know they need to process. Let me do some things until they're ready. On the other side, let me process this. Maybe if I could send something to my partner to let her know, hey, it's not you. I just need time to get this together, or something. We've talked about this. We know what to expect when this happens. We have a plan of action when we have a disagreement or argument of what that's going to look like for both of us to get what it is that we need to be able to come back together to resolve the issue, or at least talk about it. So yeah, definitely you can be, but that's silent treatment and that goes.
Look, just going back to that childhood trauma when you was talking about them ass whoopings. I never feel no love when I was getting my ass whipped. I just want to say that.
Man, me too. I was like, I'm doing this because you love, I love you.
Hey, man,
I'm like, motherfucker didn't hate me then.
I did not feel the love. Well, not even a little bit.
Like you need the opposite. You got folks that blame shift. I think that's like just not taking accountability. Well, I wouldn't have did this if you wouldn't have did that.
Yep.
Or I wouldn't have did this. Remember 3 years ago you said and did this. Well, that's why I did this today.
I say that's playing a victim.
That too. That too.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I acted like that is because you did this to me. Like, not playing a victim, tit for tat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well, I wouldn't have did this if you wouldn't have said that. It's like, look, you said it. No matter why you said it or did it, you did it. Take accountability.
Yeah, you were gonna do it either way. So
that part. But playing the victim, you have folks exaggerating their own problems to avoid accountability. Well, why did you have these numbers in your phone? I don't know.
Man, that shit happened to me. Like.
They might start crying and falling out, and nobody ever loved me. Then you forget about why you mad, and then you feel upset because you done confronted them about something, and they done fell out about some other. My grandma died. What shit? You got the God number in your phone. What that mean?
Yep. That happened to me before.
Oh Lord.
I was hot. I was 38. And next thing I know, I'm sitting there consoling them.
Must have been hot if you remember how old you was when it happened.
You said what?
You must have been. It must have been if you remember how old you were when it happened. 38.
No, I said no. When I said 38, that would mean I was hot. I was mad.
Okay, I was
hot like a 38.
Yeah, hot like a 38.
Gotcha.
You supposed to say
man,
38.
But that shit, it ended up. I was pissed off, and the next thing I know, I'm consoling her, apologizing because she mad. I'm like, wait a minute. I walked out the
You
door
got
like, hold
sucked
on,
in. You got sucked in.
man, like a motherfucking Hoover.
And you know, why does it have to be like that? You them people with those issues, y'all just need to sit in a corner by
Well,
yourselves. Get it together.
so folks with those issues go. We already know it's the
Yeah.
trauma, and they have to control their environment. Like they're trying to make themselves comfortable instead of trying to grow and get through their issues. And that's one of the things I was thinking about this last weekend. Was it last weekend or the weekend before? Whenever I was out of town, I was talking to somebody and it was like, oh, my mental health and this and da 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 da. And I was just sitting there listening to the conversation, and I was just like, bitch, you just weaponizing mental health. Like you use
Amen.
it as an excuse to act a fool.
And you
Instead
know,
of
people
yeah,
use that a lot.
instead of trying to work through your issues, like you using it to act a fool. Like, I tell you, huh? So
You know,
yeah,
and that's the biggest cop out, because I'll tell anybody, if your partner has mental health issues, if they have had trauma, if they've had whatever happened to them, okay, they acknowledge it. Amen. But what are you doing to heal it? That doesn't give you a license to be an a-hole. I'm gonna say a-hole because I feel like being G right now. But it doesn't give you a license to make everybody else's life miserable. Yes, as a partner, I need to know that you have experienced trauma. I need to be aware of, you know, how to handle you, how to deal with you. If I know that I get, you know, I get excited, I get loud. I don't know if that's a country thing, a PA thing, or what the hell it is.
that's a country
But
thing. I know
I
a
get
lot
loud,
of country
and I'm not mad. I might get loud, and if I know that getting loud is a trigger because your mama was loud or whoever was loud, then I know I need to be conscious of, okay, where's my volume, because I'm really not mad, or if I'm maybe a little heated but not really mad, you know, I don't want to trigger, you know, my person, so I need to be aware of that. But if you done came in here and then flipped out and crashed out, well, you know, I had trauma. No, that don't give you no excuse to crash out and flip out like that girl. I don't know what was able to follow up. Y'all saw that the girlfriend had then towed a woman house up and then towed the children stuff up. And
No, I ain't seen that.
That was running around maybe last week, or they had one, I think it was Thanksgiving or something, and somebody got mad and threw all the food on the floor. That would have been your last Thanksgiving. I'm gonna tell you,
I had that happen.
y'all gonna throw my food on the floor because you mad about some stuff.
Yeah,
but
that
doesn't give anybody any reason to do anything other than the sort, because you've experienced trauma. Okay, you have emotional regulation issues or maybe a disorder. Okay, I know this about you. Nevertheless, it is your responsibility to work with it, and I don't have to deal with it. Don't be guilty to be with people just because they tell you they have mental health issues and they're not taking care of themselves, and then you feel bad because, oh, well, take care of yourself. We have slip-ups, but dang, you know, take care of yourself. It is our own responsibilities to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, I had that happen to me. Somebody threw my food out the window while I was hot. I was hot.
Girl, don't play with my food.
I was riding in a car and they threw your food out the window.
Yeah, man, riding in the car. We had just came from Taco Bell.
Maybe they might have got thrown out with their food.
Hey, she got put out though.
She was trying to help your stomach because she knew you was gonna get bubble guts. So she
put out. I'm talking about, why you flirting with that bitch? I said all I did was say hello and thank you.
Your kiddo.
She grabbed all that shit.
Don't throw my food, Jesus.
Food to
it. She had to go because I'm hungry, and you mad because you think something happening. You got that part.
Yo ass.
So what about those people that do the I love you and then start adding to it? Or if you really love me, you'll do this.
That is definitely manipulation. That is like ultimatums and stuff like that.
Yes. That's That's what's that shit? Oh god damn. What they call it? The technical emotional blackmail. Yeah. That's what that is.
Well,
if you love me, you'll do this and XYZ and blah blah blah. And if you oh, how come you didn't do that? You must don't love me. How come I ain't get that Birkin bag? You must don't love me, bitch, because I'm broke. That's what you did.
That Birkin, look, you threw my food out the window. I ain't giving you a damn. Okay. But people, and that's sad because love should not come at that kind of price.
Nah.
If I'm kind of conflicted with love language nowadays because I've been hearing that it's birthed out of trauma. So I don't know. But nevertheless, say it again.
I said some of it is because I heard that same thing. That your love language is the stuff that you wanted as a child, but you never got.
That part. And so if gift giving, which has always been the language that I spoke, I done bought most stuff, child, but I ain't finna Jesus. But if you feel like you don't love me because you're not buying me stuff, I don't know. I don't know how much that is a love language or that's a manipulation with that part. If you love me, you buy me this purse. How come I can't just love you and maybe give you a little small something? Maybe buy you some groceries versus this $2,500 something that I ain't even got. Like the people say, love don't cost a thing. Was that Jennifer Lopez?
Yeah, that was Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. It should not. Why do we, but people do that, and I guess that's part of people pleasing on both ends. If the person can get it, they're gonna do what they can to manipulate you too. On the other end, if I'm a people pleaser because I've had trauma and that's what I'm used to doing, and I really, really, really want this relationship, and I really, really want this relationship to work, then I'm gonna do all this stuff to make the relationship work and just, overextend myself, and then you're in a toxic situation. All of this.
Or you keep doing it and they get used to it, and as soon as you stop, you changed.
You must be somebody else.
Yep.
Girl, I'm broke. I ain't be got no money.
You took all my money.
I'm laughing because this dang on Sharonda, she said, I've had to check men in relationships about their voice value. I'm not your child. This is why we get along. Because don't raise
the women too.
Your voice at me. Ooh, don't raise your voice at me.
And that's why I laugh when Larneka was like, "Oh, I'm country." Yeah, I know a whole bunch of country people. They get excited. Yeah, my daddy one of them. That motherfucker would get on the phone and get excited. Hey, I'm like, bro. Jesus. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I said, they hear you in the next state, bro. But I think it's when it's the volume and the tone.
Yes.
And I don't know what it is.
Plays a part for me.
Yeah, it's the volume and the tone.
Yeah.
We would be in the house having conversations from room to room. What? Did you see such and such was on the news? Who? That, just for real. And the funny thing about it, I don't know where it came from, but it's definitely learned behavior because my little niece and nephew, they just loud.
Man.
They just as loud as they want to be. And, they little. They just doing the thing.
Because my mama is loud and she be too loud for us. And we be like, that person is out and you be leaning like this away from why they be talking. She just loud.
Yeah.
Like, loud.
Yeah.
No reason loud.
I've got used to
I do this to people.
Oh, that volume down. And I'm okay with that. If because I don't know, I done got loud. I've been trained, I guess. You could do that and be like, yeah, okay. Like you're right. Like I know it's a thing and I'm trying to regulate that because I'm not tripping. Now if I'm mad, you might get cussed out. I'm just gonna keep it real. If I really am mad and you do that, I might be like, but I'll try to walk away. I'm a work in progress. I'll try to walk away.
Larneka, thug.
My secrets.
You sound like one of them old country thugs. Got a switchblade. Talk about I'll cut you.
The communication in my house was like that. And like I say, it's learned, and I see it with my little niece and nephews. They just as loud as they want to be, and that's how they talk. They see my parents talk like that. My sister is low tone, monotone. So I think she was the one that was like, y'all too damn loud, and we just going on.
What's her name from Harlem Night? Vera.
Delarice.
I got to cut you.
Okay.
That's Larneka. Nah, I got to cut you.
Nah, I got to cut you. I'm an honest hoe, and all my hoes is honest.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. That
I think that we don't realize a lot of that too. The manipulation can be learned behavior. Because if your parents did that to you, you saw your mom and your dad, your grandma, you whoever do that, you know, then you think that, well, if I want to get something from you, I have to play this little thing. You know, and I can say, I don't know. Sometimes you'll see it portrayed on TV where women will be like, if you want to get something from a man, you got to put this on, you got to do whatever, you got to whatever. Yeah. And they don't really want the guy. Now, it's one thing if you know, doing that in your relationship and you know that's what your man like or whoever you with like, your partner likes, and you doing it because you do want that trip to Spain. And so I'm going to make certain I cook all the steak dinners and put the lingeries on and do all that because I want the trip to Spain because my man is cheap or whatever. But if you don't want that, brother, and you doing all that, that's where the problem is. I really don't want him, but I want the trip to Spain. So let me put on the lingerie and do all this other stuff. And so, oh, it's a girl's trip. You can't come. Oh, guess what? I got some other dude going with me.
That is how they playing them
games. Cold-blooded.
Them reindeer games.
I be on social media, child. Everybody tell all their business. They just be talking. And I just be looking.
But see, here's another thing, too, that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of folks don't talk about. We always talking about tit for tat and all this other shit. We don't never talk about the one-sided relationship. We don't never talk about that. Well, that one person is giving they all to that other person. And they partner ain't giving them a motherfucking thing.
That point.
Yeah. Hey, we don't talk about that.
And I think it's
everything else. And I think that's the biggest manipulation in biggest type of manipulation in the whole relationship scheme. And it could because it transcends not only from relationships as in intimate partners, but friendships, into business partnerships, into all kinds of different avenues when it comes to people interacting, because you can be in a situation where you and your business partner, you doing all the damn work, your business partner they're chilling, collecting checks.
Ooh, just had that conversation a couple of days ago with somebody.
See, so yeah, and it's a lot that goes into that, and it's like it's a power imbalance. Like you're thinking you are in control, but in actuality, it's that motherfucker who ain't doing shit. Because he got you. They got you questioning yourself about what more can you do, or what you should and should not be doing.
Yeah, it's probably something was said in the background. Something to make the person feel like I have to do all of these things, and it's okay. They not gonna do nothing. So let me just take the reins and do it. I think in relationships, I think in intimate relationships, I think a lot of it is expectations. Do you think you deserve that stuff too that you give out? You know, a lot of times we're pouring until we're empty and nobody's pouring back into us. And that can come from a place of not knowing your self-worth. You know, yeah, it's great to pour into your partner, but they should be pouring back into you too. Y'all should be pouring into each other. And I think if you don't have any, I don't know, really expectations or of what you don't put that out there of what I expect or what I need in a relationship, a person gonna sit there and not do anything.
All day,
And
every
if
day.
you do tell them and they don't want to do nothing,
benefits.
all this gaslighting and junk could show up too. They can do all that to be the reason. Well, I ain't never had to do this. My mama would always do that. Or I didn't never have to do that. This one would always have to do that. And so, oh, okay. Now get your ass up and go on and do something. It's okay if your family never made you do it, and okay. But at some point as an adult, you should want to reciprocate to your partner. I'll talk about my friend group. Now, I got a friend group. I love them very, very much. They are gift givers. When we go out, I show up just me. And I've gotten to the point where, you know what, I need to do better because I got so much stuff in here that they've given. And it's just little stuff to show appreciation, friendship. Now, if you specifically tell me, hey, it's somebody's birthday, then I'll get a gift, a card, or whatever. But just because stuff, I'm learning that I need to reciprocate that because these folks have been so kind and poured into me and so much, even if it's a pen or something, I want to be able to do that. I'm seeing that and I'm being self-aware of that. And I want to be a better friend. And so I got to do some things differently. But if you just, I don't know, oblivious in your own world and just want to take, you ain't gonna never see it.
True that.
Yeah. I think it's about being, and I think on all ends, it's about being self-aware. Of course, the manipulator gonna do what they do. They gonna do it because they can, and you letting them do it, and they gonna keep doing it. And if you stop letting them do it, somebody else gonna let them do it. Or if they truly care about you, and they see this, and they feel like I don't want to lose you, I need to get some help, and they go get the help, they could change. But a person has to do the work to change. I could tell you, I'm gonna change. But what you doing? I'm watching the game. But and they may do some things for a little bit. They try for a little bit just to kind of make you be quiet about it. And they go back to doing it. But it takes work because a lot of the stuff that we do that may not be healthy or toxic is learned behavior. You learn it, you can unlearn it. And if you don't put no work into play to unlearn it, it's gonna always be there. They might try a little bit, then they're gonna go revert back. You gotta put some work in. It's intentional. It's being intentional. It's knowing that I want to do something different. It's being able to communicate, to work on that with your partner. If I feel this way when this happened, or you do X, Y, Z, whatever the case may be, what can we do differently? So I mean, it's all about knowing your self-worth. If you know your self-worth, you ain't gonna deal with none of that shit. Maybe you don't know what it is, but once you become aware of the signs, I'm being manipulated. You know what? I gotta go. I'm not gonna deal with that. So,
and that's it right there. It's like you got to know who you are, and then you also got to, when people show you who they are, believe them. You got to, because if not, then that's how you end up. Being manipulated or thinking it's one thing when it's not, or being fooled. That's how you end up being fooled.
Yeah. Their part. So everybody needs to do some work. Everybody needs to look at themselves and determine what it is that they want. You can get some help. You can go to therapy. You get you some shadow work coaching. You could tune into the podcast.
Yeah, and when you look at yourself too, like you got to have a honest view of yourself. Because if you are causing some of these issues, you got to be willing to say, hey, okay, I see where I contributed to some of these things, some of the things that gaslight lit that individual or contributed to their response and their triggers to get me to be with I ain't got no words tonight. Damn, I'm tired.
You got them. They just all mixed up.
Man,
We following you, brother. We got you.
Chopped and screwed like a motherfucker. Yeah. So basically, it's back and forth. You got to understand yourself before you can understand somebody else, and then make sure that you're not causing a problem as well, contributing to the problem.
True that.
And their part. I think that a lot of times people just kind of do and go, and because they've gone through stuff, then I have a right to make certain nobody hurts me again. Well, that don't mean be a bully. You know,
Well,
that means
we're finna go down another rabbit hole if we talk about this, but that's another part. I say folks have weaponized and hijacked mental health when they come in and they're like, I'm gonna make sure nobody hurts me again. You can't. Nah. Only way you can do that is get your ass on Gilligan's Island and be out there by yourself. I mean, mental health services, therapy, stuff like that. It's supposed to help you build mechanisms to help you get through the rough patches, not just cut the shit off. You gonna cut your nose off because the bitch is running? Nah. You gonna take something. You're gonna wipe your nose and keep it pushing. It's the same thing with mental health. Like, you can't just because that person triggers you to respond and manipulate the situation or manipulate the relationship doesn't mean that you just cut them off. Nah, you just understand, okay, this is why and where it is coming from. This is how I respond to it, okay, and address it as you go. Hey, look, I understand that you're upset about the situation. Got it. However, the way you responded or the way you reacted, I didn't appreciate it.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Versus the silent treatment. I ain't gonna talk to this bitch for 3 years. Yeah, you got the head nod down already. You got the head nod down already.
Not the black
like they used to do back in the day with the neck roll.
I
better stop before I sprain my neck.
But yeah, you are absolutely right. You know, people don't take accountability, and we will use our mental health or our experiences as a crutch. It's like, well, if I do this mean this. People will self-sabotage, relationships
talk to me now.
because they're afraid of getting hurt. You know, the personality disorders. If you look at borderline personality disorder, narcissistic behavior, there's a third one I can't think of right now.
Antisocial.
Yes, thank you. They are all birthed from trauma and people who are afraid of getting hurt, and so they put on this exterior to the point to where, my professional opinion, they are delusioned to different things that are right in front of them. Instead of seeing the good part, everything's bad. Just like with attachment disorders. If you look at avoidance, they want the love, but they don't want to get hurt. And so they might be like, hey, we good. We go out on a date. Everything is great. Then they ghost you the next day. It's like, well, damn, what happened? Because they're afraid. They're running. Or the narcissist. Everything's your fault because it ain't me, it's you. I don't know what to say about them, child. We're going to pray for them because they really don't see what's going on. It's become so bad that it is truly everyone else's fault. They don't take accountability for anything. It's you, not them. And that comes from them trying to protect themselves from being hurt. They become the bully.
Mm-hmm.
They become that bully. When they're triggered, you can, if something gets their attention to where they see they need help, they can be helped. It's just getting there is the hell.
That's the problem.
And I'm saying that with all my chest. Okay. I'm saying it because I don't give up on people. I think everybody can get the help that they need. I think if you are self-aware, like if you go to therapy with your partner, go because you want the relationship to work, not because you want to shut the other person up. Because if you go in there to shut the other person up, you're gonna miss everything.
And you're gonna get your feelings hurt. You're gonna get your face cracked.
Because he, she.
And I'll be there like, child, y'all paid the bill. Let me stop. Because y'all just wasting your time. Y'all just wasting your time.
Like Wanda Sykes said, you really want to know what the problem is? It's you, motherfucker.
Okay. That is so horrible.
But it's true.
You have to work together. You have to work, because yes, we've all gone through some trauma. We all had some disappointments. We've all had relationships that weren't the best. And you can work and heal through that and have healthy relationships. Does triggers occur? Hell yeah, they do. And what you have to do is just work through them. Be able to communicate that. That's the part where you tell your partner, hey, I've had some stuff and I'm triggered. I am working on it, because it is your responsibility to fix that, to work on that stuff within you, not your partner. You can give them a disclaimer so they kind of know if you have to be silent and walk away, that's what that is. But they know that you're having to process, not because you're mad and trying to, manipulate a situation, but this is my response and this is what I do and I need to process that. And I think you can communicate that to anybody and they would understand. And as long as it's not like being hurtful or something, you can work through some of that stuff with a partner. But if you make it an excuse, but I didn't have these bad relationships, so I'm gonna go off somewhere and get drunk and high and do all kinds of whatever and talk crazy to you because I've been hurt. Well, hell, I ain't the one that did it, but okay, I'm gone. Right. Fix yourself. Fix that.
Right. So we got a question. They asked, can a person gaslight themselves?
Yeah, you know what that's called? Assumption. When you assume shit and you just come, and Larneka said it earlier, like you start catastrophizing. You don't put a whole scenario together. You know, a whole mini series off of one damn thing. Oh, he didn't call me. Oh, this motherfucker over there with such and such and da 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 da. Oh, he think he slick. He think he slick. He probably done did that. Now you got a whole motherfucking
story in your head, man. Hey, that is a sad truth of a person with anxiety. That's a life that we can live at times. You can gaslight yourself. You can see something and question, did you really see it? You can do that. You can get upset by what you think might happen because of past stuff that feels familiar. And with that, as before, communication is the key. Did I really see this? Can I talk to this person and explain to them what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing? And we can talk about it. We can talk through it. And after that conversation is where you as an individual have to do some work on your own with that. Okay, I'm catastrophizing. I'm assuming. I'm thinking I'm predicting whatever might happen because I've experienced past trauma and because this stuff triggered me, or I feel, or I'm afraid. I need to go back and do the work of what, to help me get through that point. So every damn time I'm triggered, I don't harass my person.
You know
keep
what?
Doing some work. Thank you, Sharonda.
Hey, you know what? The statement that everybody done heard it, everybody done probably said it, in it intentionally or unintentionally. You just like that last. That's that statement right there. You just like such and such. You just like such and such.
Ooh.
That statement right there sums it up.
Don't compare me to nobody.
Exactly. Everybody.
Let me be myself. Let me be. And I don't know that, folks might do that. And I'm not saying it's right, but I think it might naturally, if you are in a new relationship and you had some bad stuff, you do try to see, well, they do this different. This one didn't never do that, and that one is doing it. I wouldn't verbalize that and say, you act just like whatever. Or you remind me of my ex. Girl, look, I don't know. I don't hear that. Don't tell me that mess. But nevertheless, you have to accept the person as who they are, what's happening right in front of you. Yep. You know, are they, for what your checkoff list is of things that you would want in a relationship, are they checking your boxes? Not compared to whoever or that. But I think, like I said, now I think naturally some of us do that. Mm-hmm. But we have to like let go of these past things and look forward and go with, is the person meeting my needs for where I am right now? We've been able to communicate whatever. I'm in a healed space. I might get triggered. They might get triggered by something. Can we communicate, work through it? And they're working through it. I'm working through it on my own, and we're moving forward. But yeah, don't compare me to nobody, girl.
But earlier we were talking about that card that people tend to play in relationships that are manipulated, that we always see. We're starting to see more and more. Is I'm alive myself.
Oh, Jesus.
If what?
That I'm unalive myself.
Unalive themselves. And then people are afraid to leave or afraid to say something because you don't want them to do it. I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh, I'd be unalive. I'd die without you. Whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And that's scary. That's scary. It's scary because
and that's cold-blooded too.
People do that.
Yep.
People in this day and age, folks taking you and them out, you know, so that is truly scary. And for the person who's manipulating that, you know, that's really not cool. That's a very toxic, abusive, unhealthy communication to have. If my presence make you want to do that, may God be with you. Because if you even if we not, and you say that, that's not a healthy thing. And I don't want to be in a relationship or stay in a relationship because I'm afraid you're going to hurt yourself, because whatever was going on in a relationship in the first place probably wasn't healthy, which would make me want to leave or even question being there. And then now you doing that to me, that is truly manipulative.
Right. You done hijacked the relationship and held me hostage. Because
people should be able to come and go. I mean, that's the thing. Yes, we like or love whoever we're with. If it's a good relationship, we want the person. If people are not happy, you can try to go to therapy to make it work. Sometimes people outgrow each other. Sometimes, I don't know, whatever the case may be, the relationship has served its purpose. The relationship may end. It's okay for relationships to end. If two people want to keep that relationship, what do you need to do to keep it? Go to therapy. But manipulating people and making threats like that, that's awful. That's really, really awful. But people do it, and people live up to that mess, unfortunately. But never let that be a reason why you stay with somebody. You need to get to safety, because to me, you've made yourself a dangerous person at that time. You know, and
so
folks,
now you can't trust that person.
You can't trust them. We've seen in the news too many times where folks been unaliving themselves, the new person, the old person, child. They've been doing too much.
And
you know,
and that's where a lot of that comes from. A lot of folks don't understand that. Like, you're not knowing the person that you're dealing with. Two, the emotional damage of what the emotional trauma that individual is experiencing. And three, like, if that person has been manipulating the whole relationship, that's the perfect recipe for a disaster.
Yeah. That is true.
Don't take that shit lightly.
And then you don't know who you're dealing with. And it's totally different, but I've been watching this on TikTok about the lady at McDonald's, you know, with the coworker went back and did, oh my God, and they got all this stuff. Now, the therapist in me, for one, doing that is horrible. Nobody should be unaliving anybody, period. Whether the boss made you mad, whether they quote unquote look at you, or whatever the case may be, that's wrong. That's wrong. All day wrong. But the girl who did it, now this girl had a lot of stuff on social media, And it was one thing where she alleged her roommate was manipulating her for sexual favors in turn for her to be able to stay there because she was homeless, giving her food. I mean, it literally showed a video where she was talking about it or talking to him, but I'm curious because I might go back and watch it. Is she talking to him or she's talking about him? Is that man really there? I don't know. And that's no excuse. But nevertheless, this young woman seemed to have had a lot of disturbances. And that's not to say what she did was right or excusable. My thing is, when we get with people, we need to take time to get to know who they are and what they're going through. When folks manipulate people and play on them, you don't know who you're playing with.
Right.
And you doing all that thinking you're going to get something from them, and you might get what you ain't looking for. And I'm not saying when that happens that that's what happened. I'm just saying that you don't know who you're dealing with. And you truly need to be careful because in this day and age, people have gone through stuff.
Especially
and
now.
A lot of people have not healed those things.
Especially now.
Oh my God. And you know, maybe 30 years ago, hell, how old am I? Yeah, maybe 40 years ago. You might could have some stuff and nobody bother you, and you just might cut somebody out, break the windows out the car, flatten the tires, everybody all right. We keep on moving.
Okay, Jasmine Sullivan. Shit.
I'm just saying. Nah, they might take
I'll
you
bust
out.
your windows out your car.
Okay, somebody keep giving it to my mama. Let me not say that. I'm talking too much. Anyway, to the neighbors, I don't know. The neighbors getting it. I don't know who they done made mad, but nevertheless, people are doing more. It's scary. You know, I get some flat tires. Okay, I can file a police report and go get me some more. I'm still alive. But if you come with that same knife and take me out, take my innocent new person I'm talking to out. Hell, if some cheering there, they might take them out too. Because folks, don't let the dog be there. They pull dog. Everybody get it.
Yeah.
You got to be careful who you talking to. You got to take your time. Yeah. Because you never know. They could truly be good people, but they could be disturbed people. They could be unhealed people who have gone through some stuff. And, you just have to truly take your time in those situations.
Right. Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to close out for tonight.
Okay.
Because we will go down this other rabbit hole.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that part. Real quick.
And
Larneka, you want to do your outro for tonight, man?
Yes, once again, I'm honored to be here and thank you all so very much. These are some very good topics, and I can tell you if you are curious about relationships and relationship trauma, and to catch this show, we've done other shows about it, but there are signs and symptoms. We post stuff about it, getting information, looking it up. Right now in this day and age, if you want to know about anything, you can look it up. Chat GPT, anybody, Google, somebody to find out if you're curious if this is your situation. And once you determine that this is your situation, whether you're the manipulator or the manipulated, there is help out there. You don't have to suffer in silence. If you are in the great state of Texas, you can go to www.Lavalais LPC.com and you can request an appointment from me or one of my lovely clinicians that I have. If you are anywhere in the U.S. and you need some life coaching, y'all check out AYE.com. Y'all check out Sharonda Barksdale, because that was my coach. That helped me. She helped me dig up some of my bones and, kind of work through that. So, but definitely you don't have to suffer in silence. Relationships should not hurt. Relationships should not manipulation. That doesn't make for a good relationship at all.
Amen.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Yeah. Relationships should be fun.
All right, DA. Relationships should be fun. That's your outro.
Yeah, I can say yeah. But it should be fun. Like Well, first of all, it feels good to be back after almost a month. I've been
Oh,
gone.
Yeah,
wow.
you've been going. I almost forgot I had a two co-hosts.
Man, look, I've been working on project after project after project after project after project. So, um, yeah. But this subject, there's no need to manipulate a relationship. It's no need. Just be honest, open and honest. If they're not fulfilling your needs, don't try to create the perfect narrative. Because only thing you're gonna do is create a bad situation where nobody's gonna end up coming out of it well. Um, and last but not least, if you're the one that's doing it, man, go get therapy. Go talk to somebody. Get it out. Just get it. Just figure yourself out. Take time to yourself. Love yourself. I mean, I know we're creatures that need to have partners, but if you keep switching partners like motherfuckers switch draws, you still gonna feel the same emptiness that you felt before you had a partner. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Good to be back. Yep.
Right. Well, they didn't summed it up for me, but yeah, don't be manipulated. That some people that are manipulators are weak. That's why they pull the cards that they pull. So just don't be a victim of that. But also be safe and be aware of who the hell you dating, because some of these folks, they're a little unwrapped, and I really mean unwrapped. So definitely be careful. We missed y'all while we were gone. Definitely, whenever I miss a show, I'm not myself. It's almost like needing a Snicker. You don't feel quite like yourself. So I'll be missing y'all, missing being here on the platform and interacting with everybody. So, like I said, glad my co-host is back. I missed his little big head, bald head self, for being exactly what he is on this podcast. I'll let me go off the handle. It's only him.
All that wasn't golf or big head, bald head.
Yeah, big head, bald head.
See, you manipulate goddamn relationships. Look at you.
Hey, gotta give good examples, sir. Thank you very much. But definitely missed you. Then my other co-host is out. Be safe, but enjoy your travels, sir. But we will be back next week. Don't know what the topic is yet, but we will be back next week. We will see you then. Y'all be safe, because the rain been raining and doing its own thing and flooding and all this stuff in these parts and all this other stuff. So, but don't. Can we not go around the barricades? Jesus, if you are in rain and flood areas, that don't turn around. When they said turn around, don't drown, that's exactly what they meant. Turn around. Don't go in the water and turn around in the water when you see the water is moving. Jesus, like this, it's moving.
Is it
Turn
me or has
around.
it been raining a lot lately?
Oh, we've had a lot of rain here. We've had even when it said it wasn't gonna rain, it rained.
Yeah.
So we've had some flooding about twice in this month.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but with the videos that been sent in, we didn't see people like, oh, I have a Honda Civic. I'm gonna try and go across this deep water where you can't even see the side rail and get through it. And then that thing that the little is floating on down. Come on, dog.
I'm about to say, okay, you about to do the remix to the Titanic.
Man, I seen some stuff that really
It
made
never
no
fails.
sense from people that were driving, that have driver's license.
It never fails. Now we haven't had, well, in Port Arthur, there's areas that really do flood, and there's all between Port Arthur and Beaumont, there's always the underpass. And the police have had the barricades up, they have all that stuff saying don't go. And sure enough, somebody then went, I was like, Lord, and people have to go rescue and bless the hearts of the people who have to, risk their lives to rescue people, but it's like, it's not that serious. Just wait or go around. There are other roads that are not flooded. I don't know. Bless the people.
Definitely that. Yeah, definitely that. Don't do it. But yeah, we seen it. But yeah, but y'all be safe, and we will see y'all next week. We out.
Yeah, what's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move.